Tell you a big reason why a lot of believers today are experiencing death in their spiritual lives. It's because a lot of people are ignorant about who God is. A lot of people know Jesus for what he did at the cross, but they don't know him. And it's very possible to know what God can do or what he has done without knowing him. Psalm 103 verse 7 says that Moses knew the ways of God, but the people of Israel, on the other hand, they only knew the acts of God. And the danger of practicing our faith in this way is that we risk becoming like the Samaritans that Jesus spoke with in John 4 verse 22. People who worship what they do not know. God says in Hosea 4 verse 6, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." The term lack of knowledge is the exact definition of ignorance. And the word destroyed literally means to perish or to die. So, God's people experience death spiritually because of ignorance. In the Garden of Eden, Eve succumbed to the devil's temptation because she lacked knowledge. She was unsure about what God said. Whereas when the same devil tempted the Son of God, Jesus withstood his tactics because he was well acquainted with what God said. His response to the devil was, "It is written." So like Eve, many believers lack knowledge about what God said. They don't know enough about what is written to withstand the urge to sin. But who was supposed to be responsible for edifying Eve? It was Adam. Genesis 2 verse 16 says that the Lord God commanded the man not to eat from the tree. And when God punished them in Genesis 3 verse 17, he said to Adam, "I commanded you not to eat from the tree, but you still listened to your wife." So although Eve was familiar with God's commandments, Adam was responsible for edifying her about what God said. He was supposed to be the priest who policed God's commandment in the garden, but instead he watched her sin. And in the same way, that's what God implies in Hosea 4 verse 6. God is disappointed with his people because they don't know him, and so they are consumed by sin. But the individuals that he holds accountable are the priests, because the priests, who today are the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, the shepherds, and the teachers, are responsible for teaching the people about God's ways. But because they don't want to offend people, they instead tolerate people living in sin. And sin induces spiritual death. Romans 6 verse 23 says that the results of sin is death. So a reason why a lot of believers today are experiencing death in their spiritual lives is largely because we are overly tolerant towards sin and ignorant about who God is.